Thanks to Prime Nathan, Cow, Real Rubian, and Gisub J Pisa. This?
Now a story making headlines around the world. Is this child a child or a grown woman? A Florida couple say they were duped into adopting her from Ukraine. They claim they were told she was only 6 years old, but then they say red flags started to pop up, leading them to believe that she was much older. On top of that, the child's adoptive father tells our Stephen Fabian she threatened to kill his family.
What the fuck?
Of a child, or
what gave it away? Did she like chain smoke?
Her name is Natalia, and in 2010, she was adopted by Michael and Christine Barnett. They were told she was originally from Ukraine and was afflicted with a form of dwarfism.
How old do you think she is at the time?
Okay, at that moment.
Executive Raccoon, Resub Calculon,
But questions
Horikuma,
about
and Prime
Natalia's
Super Swim.
age surfaced the first night they brought her home. Barnett was urgently called into the bathroom by his wife, who was bathing Natalia.
She's got this look on her face. She's white as a ghost. She's scared. And she just says, look.
You think you have a 6-year-old in your house, and there are signs that she's already gone through puberty, which would make her much older than 6 years old.
Yeah.
And they say there was something else.
She's got a monthly cycle, and she's hiding it. And I'm
What the fuck?
There was another red flag.
Technically, she is a Ukrainian adoptee. She's never spoken a word of it. She doesn't have a hint of an accent.
Hello and happy Thanksgiving.
The family already had 3 sons. One son, Jake, is a math genius who was
What a
profiled
confusing story.
in 2012. In the segment, you can see Natalia sitting at the dinner table with the rest of the family.
She attempted to
Thanks,
kill
Zero One
Christine
Tony.
twice.
According to Barnett, Natalia
Resub John.
allegedly tried to poison his wife with a household cleaning product, pine salt.
What the
She had
fuck?
poured the pine sol in her coffee. She just says blatantly, plainly, no emotion, I'm trying to kill you. I want you dead.
Barnett says Natalia expressed
It's like a horror
desire
movie.
to stab the entire family in their sleep. It was at that point that the Barnetts said they had enough.
I would think
They
so.
decided to move and start a new life without their adopted daughter.
They packed up their lives and headed north of the border to Canada, but they left Natalia
They
to
fled the
fend for
country.
herself all alone at this apartment in Lafayette, Indiana.
The Barnetts paid a year's rent for Natalia. He says Natalia is capable of taking care of herself since, in his opinion,
What a good
she is an adult
scam
pretending to be a child.
from her.
Barnett's lawyer, Terrence Kennard.
We have done a massive amount of research on this.
Oh yeah, this is actually the plot to Orphan, isn't it?
Mental health records, and it is apparent that A, this person is an adult and always has been when she was in the care of the Barnetts.
The Barnetts face 2 counts of felony neglect.
What?
Charges that they say miss the point entirely.
Do you have any doubts that Natalia is an adult?
Absolutely not.
This could easily be solved, right?
Police claim Michael Barnett admitted that he and his wife believed Natalia was a minor when they left her in that apartment. He denies he said that. By the way, Natalia's never been charged with any crime.
I'm so confused. I am so fucking confused. This is all over the place. I don't know who to believe. So was she an adult or still a child? I mean, we can date trees back to like thousands of years. Can we really not figure out how old she is? Surely there's got to be some kind of like test, right? Thanks to resub 2 Wavy, Valivus, J. Paul, Rexter, Madelv, and Kappa Biatch. Okay, what order does this go in? Is it here and then here, maybe? Let's go here.
Now with that wild story about an Indiana couple charged with abandoning their adopted daughter who has a rare form of dwarfism. They say she's really an adult con artist who threatened them. And now the adopted daughter is speaking out for the first time in an exclusive interview with Dr. Phil. He's going to join us live after this report from Paula Ferris.
I guess it comes down to whether or not you are an evil psychopath demon child that's come over here to murder everybody.
That's pretty aggressive, Phil.
Barnett, the
Coming in
girl
hot,
at the center
okay.
of that adoption scandal, is speaking out for the first time.
There's been a lot of controversy, obviously, about your age because of the family that you were with before. How old are you?
I'm 16.
You're 16?
Yes.
Her former adoptive parents, Michael and Kristen
Wait,
Barnett,
so-
are now facing jail time after being charged with neglect for allegedly
Wait, what?
abandoning Natalia.
They say that you scammed them, that you lied about your age and came over here and terrorized them.
It's not true at all.
They both pleaded not guilty and say they believed she was 6 years old when they adopted her in 2010, but soon after, they began questioning Natalia's age.
The Marion County Superior Court.
I am
ruled
so
that
fucking.
her
This is like an.
birth year
It's
would
like
be changed from
Evangelion.
2003 to 1989, effectively changing her from 8 to 22 years old.
Michael Barnett recently told us Natalia
So they thought she
trying
was
to harm
6.
them.
Natalia would do
She
things
says she's
like
16.
place clear thumbtacks on the stairs face up, so that when we would walk up the stairs, we would be stepping on thumbtacks to pain and injure ourselves.
But Natalia, who suffers from a rare form of dwarfism, is now sharing her side of the story with Dr. Phil.
Why did they want to get rid of you so badly?
I don't know. I just know that a lot of stuff happened and Christine started questioning my age.
Natalia, who spoke with her new adoptive parents by her side, maintains that she never lied about her age.
They claim that they did bone scans and all that. I don't remember going through a bone scan. I remember going through a bone scan in Michigan.
And the bone scan in Michigan said she was 14.
I even have paperwork saying that.
And says she never tried
Okay.
to harm
Did you ever stand at the foot of their bed, around their bed, in their room?
So she was
watch
never an
them sleep with a
adult
knife in
posing
their
as a
hand?
child.
Never.
Did you ever want
Like the tier 1
to
Arca and tier 1 dude guy.
stab them?
No.
For Good Morning America, Paula
The
Ferris,
resub
ABC
anemic,
News,
Spidicy,
New York.
Thanks,
Yonkin,
Paul, for that. We're joined
Totinos,
now
and
by
Spun.
Dr. Phil McGraw. Boy, Phil, what a strange, tortured story. So hard to sort through.
It really is, and this.
There
it's
really is a
interesting
lot
that
to unpack here.
The family, the Barnetts, got an apartment, paid up the rent for an extended period of time, gave her some food stamps, and left her there. And whether she's 8 or 16 at the time, she didn't have the ability to reach the countertops.
So she was definitely not an adult then. We can
move
confirm
around,
that.
Go to the store or whatever. So she was just abandoned. But they say that she tried to poison the mother with bleach, push her into an electric fence, tried to kill her.
Those thumbtacks on the stairs.
It does sound
Yes,
pretty wild,
and,
like Home
and
Alone.
She says that she was set up, that they absolutely conspired to set her up. In fact, she says that
But why?
with regard to the bleach, that her mother accused her of trying to put this cleaner in her coffee. She denied it, and her mother said, yes, you did it like this. Let me show you. And she had her actually go through the act and took a picture of her when she
But
was
what would be the
role-playing
point?
it and said, now I've got a picture of you doing it. So she's very specific about how it happened.
And what's your sense? I mean, on the whole age question, she says she's 16. The Barnetts say she's an adult, and it's really hard to figure that out.
They
It is,
adopted
Georgia.
her
I don't think she knows.
and
Now
then
think about
framed
this.
her
When
for
you're a
murder?
child, particularly coming from a group home in a foreign country where it's not like here.
Why?
They didn't celebrate every one of her birthdays if she's in this group home. I don't think she knows how old she is. I think she knows the difference between 8 and 20, but I don't think she knows whether she was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I think for her to say, I'm 16, I don't think she really knows how old she is. But I do think she knows that she says now, according to the court, she would be 30. And I certainly don't think this individual is 30 years old. So I think the court has done a real miscarriage of justice here in re-aging her the way they have. And I don't think that
This
there's
is
really
so
medical
confusing.
support for that. But either way, this child, the thing that bothers me, when you adopt a child, that child is yours.
As you said,
Just the
Bony
same
Tony,
as if you
Babble, and
birthed
Prime
that
Soapy.
child
You said
at
Wombat
the
and Prime
hospital.
Silvercat.
I didn't
You
know
said
that you
Dano.
could quit when you had children. You just drop them
I
off
would
somewhere.
love to
Did you find her convincing when she was denying these charges
I don't know,
of
Vegan.
terrorizing the family?
I did find her convincing, and she also
not know
had
that, Taco.
a pretty well-practiced story about how those stories
Mm-hmm.
came out. So I do think she's thought about this a lot, but she's very articulate. She's very expressive.
Speaks English well.
All right, I need to look something up. If the bone density thing is accurate, then it's very clearly confirmed that the family is wrong. But I don't know what they have to gain